What's going on here? Welcome back to another one of my videos. Now it's early morning right now as I'm recording. It's 6:32 as you see. I heard my clock. Making a reaction video to macros overwatch makes no sense. I forgot for a long time to react to the third video. Yeah, I'm not gonna react to the fourth one because I don't want to see like Diamond for it, and at the same time watching it back to back in this form doesn't feel right to me, especially at the time. Please remember, can be reacting to another video. So should be watching a video now. I'm gonna wake up my mom. You guys enjoy. Hope you guys day's going good. Let's go.
In a world. Wow, that hurt my throat. In a world where Overwatch needs to make logical sense,
views he has
one man
2,914,923 views.
This man
Subscribe.
is macro.
My school account.
What is his
I'm subscribed to him
Is
already.
he crazy?
I'm getting
Is
a
he
subscriber, my
stupid?
boy.
Does he have ADHD? Why can't he just enjoy this game like everybody else? Tune in this episode of
Baby squirrel use a sexy motherfucker.
It's time, baby.
Namir al-Nimri asks, how can Hanzo jump and push himself mid-air with his new rework ability? You know, now that I think about it, it's the same with Genji's dash. They don't have a force to push them. Well, I do agree with
That's not necessarily true. Genji's dash is just him having the speed to split the people. At the same time, with his cybernetics, that could explain it. Also, the magical where his spiritual power is to boost him. But I feel like possibly they expect Hanzo to be at a platform. It can just sprint pop jump because of his anatomic abilities. Because he doesn't have some great spectral superhumanness, is that he's a very skilled combatant. So within the same matter for him on the ledge or where he plays position, he could positionally push himself with a great range like Assassin's Creed character in parkour.
Genji is like a robot, so maybe they can explain it with his like mechanism and stuff, but that doesn't explain Hanzo. Like, how the heck does this man's double jumping like that? That's not possible. My theory is that the dragon inside of him, that's what pushes him. But the more obvious theory is that he sold his soul to the devil. That's why he has that outfit. Think about it.
I don't know about all that, buddy.
Ah, great, another Genji one. First we had you in the first episode, then another one in the second episode. I can't get away from you, dude. You're becoming the bane of my existence. Okay, what's this one about? Z Whistle says, how can Genji deflect Tracer's sticky bomb? Shouldn't it just stick at the sword? I mean, it should. It should.
I don't know if Genji's that fast, so you can just pluck it back to her. That's it. It's just stick to the sword. This is weird. One roll at a time.
Ripstick King 0503. Really? Ripstick King was taken? Anyway, Ripstick King is wondering, why does McCree's roll have a cooldown?
For balance reasons. Why does it have to be an ad? Fuck out of here, you trash. Going back to the video.
I mean, I understand why a lot of the other characters have some type of cooldown.
Those videos are cool though. I'm glad they popped to 1 million. Niggas say you wouldn't do it, but nigga perfect.
Seriously, I've tried. It's not pretty.
You better crater yourself. Stop.
Akiba asks, why does Widow's Venom Mine affect robots like Orisa or Zen? Zen even coughs, man. Yeah, this one actually doesn't make any sense at all. At least, I would understand if it hurt him, but he doesn't have to actually physically cough. Hear him. That's
I don't know if it's affecting his inner core mechanism like a normal human, but
I don't know. He doesn't have lungs. I mean,
somebody's about to rape Widowmaker one time. Hold up.
Maybe he has a heart. Maybe he just bleeds. I don't understand.
But I'm definitely somebody that could have robotic hearts and lungs though.
How is it that when
Jackie
Anna
Chan,
puts
that
on
was
her
profile
to sleep,
picture.
their eyes aren't even closed? Seriously though, check this out.
For real? Hold up, I never saw that. Wait, hold up, wait a minute.
It's genuinely kind of creepy.
Okay, I did not know that.
And I don't mean to offend anybody that sleeps with their eyes wide open, but if you do actually sleep with your eyes wide open, I need proof. Send me proof via Twitter, but even then, I don't even think I'll believe you. You little creepy ass.
How far does it go?
Breadloaf wonders, what doesn't make
Tomorrow.
sense to me is how far does Symmetra's barrier extend? Does it expand through the entire universe? That's a good point. Let's test that.
This is for game placing. Will it actually expand the entire map? Okay, nigga, chill out. It really does.
This myth is confirmed. Nimralek is wondering, why can Zen charge his 5-orb volley shot with only 1 orb left? First of all, this guy got magic orbs. Let's talk about the orbs. You can just shoot them and they just come to him.
Omnic sorcery. Because it's not even fucking magic. It is literally just only technology. Because I don't even know if magic exists in this world plausibly. Because look at that. This nigga looks like Sorcerer Supreme. He's Doctor Strange. The only possible magic might be with Genji and Hanzo, but I don't know.
So you're gonna notice this thing where Diva can play on her games. Look at her. She's having so much fun. Wait a minute. She can bend her legs, huh? So why in the hell can Diva not crouch? The majestic
He's too big, I guess.
Explaining why it's so weird that she's the only character that doesn't have a crouch, but her mech has the ability to do it. I just don't understand.
Same thing with Hammond, but he would have mud roll to get to it.
Also can't crouch, but still, I mean, come on, Blizzard.
He turned into a whole ball, so there's not really a need to really think about that. No, that's not the same thing as crouching. Why? But he has a better placing to possibly hide depending on the state of matter.
Kotaro had a lot to say. I'm not gonna focus on all of it, but it's pretty.
Okay, I'll read this. There's a lot of big blisters stuff. That's my reading to y'all because my brain cells have decumulated. So I only have a little bit of spice of 5 brain cells. I'm playing around. I'm kind of going to read Kotaro YouTube. Things that don't make sense in Overwatch. So sorry if I had listed some you've already discussed. How does Symmetra have the capability of covering a large portion of the map with a shield? Her technology, and her technology is like a lantern ring. How much great extensive her creativity, she can make all different type of places stuff. At the same time, arguably, how can she make it that big? Again, technology just depends on the instance of her mindset to accompany a shield through the entire place, but she's literally splitting an entire place. So her shield could possibly be just the magnitude of a city, but from a game standpoint, it's just a high place shield. That's really it. Wait, that's wrong. She can divide the whole world with her shield. How does Symmetra have so many goddamn teleporters and turrets to spawn? Same thing, technology and spice of creativity in making it. When you get frozen, you should already be dead. And you shouldn't have the capability to walk or perform normally. EX, imagine your hand being frozen to the point it was covered in ice. Your hand doesn't unfreeze in 3 seconds. It stays frozen. When unfreeze, I don't think you can move your hand at all. Yeah. There's some arguable debate with some characters. They're able to morph themselves, or robotic, have hacks against freezing, but it's just from game design, because realistically, if May did that, them niggas are gonna die. You already have ×5 frostbite, it's done, it's over. Why does Doomfist punch with his normal hand? Because they can't morph his other hand to punch. Technically, I'm not a game designer, but I'm suggesting it would take too much time. He can already clobber you with his general hand, so using his left hand, Doomfist can already fight without the gauntlet. With the gauntlet, he's packing more heat, so his left hand, he could just rock your ass with that left hook, so I don't really know. But again, with the Doomfist gauntlet hand, he can already pulverize you. You don't need Black Armor over here for breaking your ass again with something, because he already has a 3-hit combo with an uppercut, sledgehammer, and 1 fist combo. If he's already gonna crack side your ass with a hook, his right hand is already gonna be too much to put into perspective in a placing of putting you out of commission in that state of motion. So them not animating it makes sense from a gameplay standpoint. Why he does it realistically, he just feels like it. I mean, Doomfist can fight, and it's Doomfist, so I don't really think it really holds up any state of difference and matter for how he's able to pulverize somebody with the gauntlet and not do it in that one case when he's trying to melee. The same thing could be accommodating to his place of matter for why he does use his gauntlet for other state of matter too, for things in the lore, whatever. It's just a situation. If you really want to know from a gameplay standpoint, they can't morph his fist to do that because of balance reason. It would take too long. But from an actual game standpoint, he just uses it because it suits him in that instance. Anyway, next one. If Sombra's hack and disable electronics and other questionable things, especially a walking killing machine, why doesn't he get disabled completely? Gameplay reasons. I don't know if he has a Wi-Fi system that can hack that. Because obviously he's not literally an entire router. But then I can stabilize all of the big sport to hack against them. But that's only a probability. I don't really know. Same thing goes to Zen. Saying possibility, maybe some kind of magic, if he even has magic, or the supreme amount of technology. I don't know. When does Hammond store all his mines? I mean, it makes sense when you die, you go back to your base, you probably restock and such. But when you're on a 30 kill streak and you deploy mines 5 times, which means you go over 10 times, well, kind of, it was the same thing. 10 times the mines, that makes it 50. Quick math, so I see you. But at the same time, if you're talking about this mines in general, he could redeploy them by stocking and just by gameplay comparison. I don't really know, but it don't really take away anything involving that. How does Hammond have the capability to do that when only one mine deployment, if not two, could fit in his mech? Speaking of death, how the hell do you respawn? You only have one life as a gameplay thing. That's pretty fucking obvious. I'm not trying to be. I know the argument makes no sense, but you can compute that to every game involving respawn. Because if you die, you obviously die one time in life. You're not coming back. Some characters, questionably, may have death hacks. We don't know that. None of these characters are immortal. None of them have lived for thousands of years. They're not fucking Eternals. Every character in this game is normal human, super or metahuman, or omnic. Nothing changes with them. There's nothing that would imply that. So saying that you could compare and align that to every instance of character in this game and every places of video games. So it's a very dumb thing to say. No offense, but at the same time I understand it doesn't make sense. But it's a video game. All this stuff has in place gameplay and mechanical reasons and just a game reason. It's a fictional game. Don't take it that serious. My computer turned off. Hold up. I want to go back and look at that.
Kotaro had a
Anyway, going back there. And speaking of one life, was in Overwatch lore, it states, slash for a journey of them, that there is only one kind of that hero, meaning that there is one Widowmaker, one Tracer, one Genji, so there isn't any close, or Widowmaker, Tracer, or Genji on the other team. It's for gameplay and freedom reasons. That's obvious, but I got you. What isn't the payload? The Lord don't even have to explain that. Hold up, I'm confused with that, because I get what he means, but doesn't mean that there's another character looking with that look. Also, different skins for characters. I mean, showcase of other characters in the lore or feel would say it don't matter for how other characters could look. Like Hanzo possibly looking like his dad, Doomfist looking like the Scourge of Nubani or the Savior of Nubani, where the case evolving the skin, whatever. Why doesn't the payload card just zoom off when the defending team isn't around? Gameplay reasons, and they have to move it for maybe it's compatible or maybe this is designed with technology. I don't know. I don't really know. But this is a thing that could be said with a bunch of different other characters involving Sombra with technology, how she could splice Doomfist in half because he's literally comprised with a bunch of technology. He is a full fucking cyborg. He could be spiced immediately with all the same matter of his technology. A lot of these characters are like pillar technology. Orisa should be having a seizure. Bastion, unless he has some hack defense, he should be done for. This nigga should be a pile of bricks after Sombra's done with him. And at the same time, Zim should be disconfigured unless, again, he has hacking defense like a fucking VPN times 10,000. Then I don't know how he has any state capability to still project all these different capabilities, and it should be pulverized. Especially every character in this game has their own pillar, ecology, and technology in their own right. It is what it is. Genji should be defused immediately. As soon as you even have, this nigga should be literally malfunctioning and not having any gray sight. This man Genji is really full Cobraized. Now you talking about Doomfist being a cyborg? This nigga is a walking death machine. So he has no state remnants of capabilities to do anything. But at the same time, I understand from a gameplay scenario, there's that. Maybe you could argue Mercy did some, but there's no account of them having defense to hack stuff. So I don't know. I think Doomfist, was a strategist of mine, could do that, but again, with all the places where we know, Sombra should be able to deconvert everybody within the same matter for her hacking capabilities. They won't live. Doomfist dies. I mean, the only way Sombra wouldn't be able to do that is Doomfist listing her with something, but I don't really know. I don't know if you even said that right. Okay, let me just slow down. Plisting her with something, with plisting would be in the counteraction of him going after her and speed blitzing her before she even noticed, and Sombra is not going to notice him, so if they ever get in a counteraction where Doomfist is right on guard, he's going to ravage her and she's going to get planked out of fiction because the form of what she's doing, she only has to rely on diverting and trying to sneak around, and Doomfist, with his strategistic mind and counteraction to Tracer, has high enough say speed that she's going to get pinned immediately when that happens, because in case for her plantation will work in this scenario, it's not really going to be in conscience of capability because, one, Doomfist is her leader. Two, she's up by line. Doomfist would easily maul her in the same manner where she would, but only be if he's off guard. And that most likely is never going to happen generally. So on account of her doing that, that's the only possibility. But if she would, he should be spliced immediately. But they're not going to tangent. That was a little bit very beyond needed, but I was trying to make that clear to y'all. Next, why doesn't the payload card just zoom off when the defending team isn't around? Y'all know okay, sorry, that's a limit though. I know I already read this, but I also want to talk about it again. Because I already was talking about stuff in the last topic of over Sombra, just way back. But still, in that case, that's just the mainline reason for why. There's gameplay reasons. And at the same time, you're supposed to move the payload, so maybe it's just designed like that. But truly next, if Genji and Hanzo and Tracer and Widow Reaper and Winston, etc., hate or dislike one another, then we're in the same team, because maybe they have to work together. And again, it is a team game where you should be able to play all different characters, probably in the words of Blizzard. But Genji and Hanzo don't hate each other, at least not in the actual general mainline timeline, because Genji would definitely hate him around Blackwatch ages, but he forgave his brother. He said that to him right in his face in the short. I can look that video up right now and show y'all that. Hanzo does not hate Genji. He's just conflicted with him. Reaper is a fucking op, so Winston will want to fucking destroy him, but at the same time, Reaper could possibly have to work with Winston, and Tracer hates Widow, but not to like a despising thing. See, Winston does very much would dislike Reaper, and Tracer does not have fondness for Widowmaker because of the fact that Widowmaker killed an innocent Omnic, and all the same matter for how Widowmaker would dislike Tracer is she's an annoying girl sprinting at her 24/7, and Reaper wants to go and block the monkey, and Winston's angry monkey that's going to eat him. He's going to go ballistic on him. You know what I'm saying? That's the real reason why. Or I tell members working with Overwatch from gameplay reason, but there could be a possibility where town has to work with Overwatch for the defense of the Earth, whatever state convenience what they might have. But this man is making an entire pillar of different points that are strong and are understandable, but a lot of these could be answered just from gameplay or a substance matter of the lore. So, again, it's interesting, but this man put out an entire Bible scripture. But going back to the video, because I answered it myself.
A lot to say. I'm not gonna focus on all of it, but it's pretty good. The most important one though is why do quick melees with some with knives and some with just punches do equal damage? Look at this. You got May over here. She's wearing a cute little glove. Yeah, look at that punch does equal damage to Genji's melee, which has a knife. Speaking of which, May and other characters in general can just punch aside. Either
they
these
got
sides are extremely weak, or everybody is a mad swole. And I don't even think
Beastful, man.
working out and benching, but I
I mean, we could be strong, but at the same time, she is the most puny girl. She's the smallest girl with the same amount of strength capabilities and puncher to the characters that actually got big brawling strength. Like this nigga Reinhardt could ragdoll a truck.
Fahad Al-Bawardi asks, how does Torgrim freeze during Molten Core? Isn't he molten? I mean,
they should
Torgrim
breeze
is
through
pretty
that with
hot
fire.
blood,
Like, how the fuck?
I think May can freeze through him, I think.
That's a possibility.
It's not like he's completely on
should
fire,
be
it's just
breathing.
his back. But it is weird that the fire still keeps, jutting out even after he's frozen. But
his lava
that's
shouldn't be
actually a good point.
freeze.
Let me
That
call
big
it
hot
again. You know
moment.
how
This
much that
nigga
guy
fucking
loves his
sperming
steak,
that
Jeff?
stuff.
Yeah, can you fix this? Why is there fire still when he gets broke? Oh yeah, you hate me. Okay, bye.
Get your dollar popcorn.
Oymir Grossman says, have you seen the price of popcorn in Overwatch? There actually is a logical explanation for this. You see, I'm
They'll
somewhat of an
definitely extend
economics
those
expert.
prices in the
I
future.
graduated from the University of California, Los Angeles in economics, and
I
that,
see.
that degree got me to, be a YouTuber full time, but well, who knows? But I am an expert on inflation theory, so basically, over enough time, you see what happens is if the Why did I take 4 years in economics? I didn't even use it for anything, man. Ugh. I mean, my parents, they always go like, you wasted so much money going to school. Why don't you just follow your dreams? I just feel like everyone gets bored when I talk about economics and stuff. Maybe I'll go back to school and get that master's, though. Nah, it's not worth it. Oh, looks like he's wrapping up. But that is why there could possibly be
I
possible
mean,
things
that be
one time.
explain that. It seemed like a depressing topic first. But
Mr. Epic Man wonders when Widow does her ultimate, she can see because of the thing around her face, but how can her teammates also see through walls?
and to like satellite radio, I don't know.
Clearly see that Junkrat does not have a little headgear thing, but he
I
can
don't know.
still see through
Some
walls
spots
just like
I can see how Talon
understand.
members could
Maybe
see it because
uses
they
some
all
of that
work
Hanzo
introspectively
sonar
together.
technology perhaps, but she doesn't really do anything. My only guess would be that it's like a satellite or something, but let's just move on. The last thing that makes absolutely no sense is how in the heck I have almost 83,000 subscribers at this point, but I only got like 400 people on my Twitter, 1,000 people on my Instagram, almost 2,000 on Twitch. What's that about? Come on, guys, step it up. Hit me up on my Instagram, hit me up on Twitter.
But honest man, got 1.20 million subscribers right now.
Tell you that I have new uploads and I'm gonna.
As you should.
Go ahead and leave a
1.19
comment
million
down below
subscribers,
what
but
you
we'll
think
get
makes
20.
no sense. Let me know if you guys want me to create the series for other video games, perhaps like Fortnite, PUBG, Cuphead, I don't know. Whatever game you think makes no sense would be fun to make a video for. Also, this isn't the only series I make, so if you're only subscribed to me for this, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be making this every week. You're going to have to enjoy my other videos in between, and trust me, they're not that bad. You might actually like the other ones. But with that, I'm out, you
You
guys.
got amazing
I'll catch you later.
content. Dope dude. Like Macro's content, go subscribe to him if you don't know about him. He's not a small YouTuber, but he doesn't have that as big live radiance as other people. But he subscribe to me too. That'd be cool. So, anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. In the next video, you guys are gonna very like. It's gonna be popping. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace of mommy. Love ya.